Hey everyone, it's Ethan again. Last time I shared the story about how my wife Jody turned out to be a Chinese spy. I had no idea what she was planning, but before she could do something harmful, I got her captured by my agency. But it turns out that wasn't the end of my so-called relationship with Jody. A lot of things happened after that, and I'm going to continue my story today. Now before that, do subscribe to the channel to show your support. My life was pretty good after I got rid of Jody. I mean, I never wanted to marry her in the first place. I'd sensed that something was off about her from the moment that I'd met her. She hadn't done anything bad to me, but she was using me as a means to fulfill her plans. 2 days had passed since I got her arrested. She'd been sent for interrogation. My life had resumed its normal pace. I was planning on taking a break from my work for a few days. But before I could contact my boss regarding that, I received the biggest shock of my life. When I opened the door the next morning, I was greeted with the sight of Jody. She gave me a wary look. I was about to get hold of my weapon, but she grabbed my hand before I could even move an inch. "Ethan, listen to me. I'm not going to hurt you," Jody said. Did she really expect me to believe that? Why would I listen to someone I considered my enemy? I tried to free my hand from her hold, but it was no use. She was stronger than I'd estimated. Of course, she was a trained spy after all. "Let go of me," I ordered. "Don't even try anything. You won't be able to get away with it." "Trust me, Ethan. If I wanted to do something, I would have done it the moment you opened the door," she replied calmly. "You need to stop and think for a moment." I stilled for a second. Well, she was right. If she wanted to hurt me, I don't think she would have knocked on my door like a civilized person. I was pretty sure she could have broken in. But that didn't mean that I could just let my guard down. Why the hell was she here in the first place? Did she escape? "Fine, let me go now," I said. "Only if you promise to be calm and listen to me first," she replied, stepping inside the house. I said, "Fine, I'll listen." I had to give her the benefit of the doubt. There was clearly more to this whole situation. Even if she had escaped, I would have been the first person to be notified, but I hadn't received any messages from the agency. Jody immediately let go of my hand and plopped down on the couch. "Wow, feel free to make yourself at home," I said sarcastically. She raised an eyebrow. "Why are you being so bitter? This is my place too." "Are you kidding me?" I threw my hands up in exasperation. "Did you hit your head or something? Why are you acting like this? And why the hell are you even here?" "Why? Did you think that I'd be in some sort of torture chamber by now?" she smirked. "I don't think that we're close enough to be joking," I said flatly. "Just tell me what's going on." "This is not how you demand answers, Ethan," she mocked. "At least pretend to be nice. I am your wife, after all. We'll be spending a lot of time together." I was going insane now. I took out my phone and dialed my boss's number. Jody just watched me with a very annoying smile on her face. "What is going on? What is Jody doing here? Why does it seem like you guys let her go willingly?" I fired the questions as soon as my boss picked up. "Didn't Jody tell you?" my boss asked in confusion. I rolled my eyes. "Obviously not. Why else am I talking to you now?" Seems like the two of you aren't on very good terms," my boss sighed. "It's understandable, since you got her arrested for no reason at all." That was my second shock of the day. I walked towards the corner, where Jody couldn't see me. "What do you mean? She isn't a spy?" "I'm pretty sure she was involved in some pretty suspicious activities," I said over the phone. "She is a spy, but she isn't our enemy. In fact, she's your companion. You made a mistake, Ethan." If she was a spy, then how the heck was it a mistake? Just what was going on? "Look, you and Jody are part of a top-secret mission between the American and Chinese governments," my boss continued. "Before we could inform you about it, you got her arrested. And your team didn't know about it either, so they cooperated with you." "Wow. What was this supposed to mean? I was part of some mission that I didn't even know about? Did they really have to wait until I went ahead and got Jody arrested? This is probably the stupidest thing I'd done in my life. Of course it's not your fault, my boss said. I should have informed you sooner. I'm sorry for all the confusion. But luckily, everything's good now. You should talk to Jody for more details about the mission. Before I could say anything, he hung up. What did he mean everything's good? I'd messed up big time. First, I got married to someone I didn't love. Second, I got her arrested for no reason at all. And third, I said some pretty awful things while parting ways with her. I slowly made my way to the living room. Jody was sitting comfortably on the couch and stuffing her face with an unhealthy amount of food. My eyes widened when I saw that almost everything from my kitchen was now on the table in front of her. As much as that ticked me off, I wasn't in a position to tell her off. Are you done? She asked, looking up to meet my eyes. Now apologize. What if I don't? I challenged. She shrugged. I won't give you the details about the mission. I inhaled a deep breath. I'm sorry, I wasn't informed of the mission beforehand. When you were getting me arrested, I dropped a lot of hints, you know. I specifically told you that I knew everything about you following me to the library and all the other stuff that you did. But I never said anything. That's the problem. You should have said something. Why didn't you tell me about the whole mission thing? I replied. I wasn't allowed to, she sighed. I was testing you. I had to make sure that you were competent enough to be a part of this. But you took it a bit too far. Anyway, let's not dwell on the past. I'll be generous this once and forgive you. How nice of you, I deadpanned. Yeah, she waved a hand. If you do something to annoy me again, I'll simply get rid of you. I'm not in the mood to chit-chat with you. Tell me about this mission, I demanded. She shook her head. You really don't understand, do you? We're supposed to act like a normal couple for the duration of the mission. If you keep fighting and arguing with me, we'll fail before we even begin. I was seriously running out of patience. Why couldn't she just tell me? You must be really frustrated right now. But I'm saying this because our enemy is a lot closer than you think, she said seriously. We have to put on a proper act for our neighbors. Neighbors? I asked in confusion. She nodded. They're the ones we have to keep on. As per my information, they're planning something really big and deadly. Wait, I intervened. Are you talking about Mr. and Mrs. Everett? Jody scoffed. I don't think that's their real name. But yeah, I'm talking about them. Do you know anything about when they moved here? Or why they moved here? Well, I've never really talked to them, but they always smile at me when we cross paths, and they go about their day like normal citizens. Mr. Everett's a lawyer, if I'm not wrong. He is not, Jody said. They are too good at fooling people. I'm shocked that you fell for their act. You know, it would be better if you try to keep an eye on the enemy instead of me. Stop bringing that up, I exclaimed. I already apologized. I never said that I forgave you, she smirked. I don't really care. I can't wait for this mission to be over so I can part ways with you already, I said honestly. The feeling's mutual. I don't want to be stuck with you either. So I would appreciate it if you cooperate with me. Yeah, whatever. What do we have to do now? I asked. We'll pay them a visit and try to observe your surroundings when we go into the house. I don't think they'll invite us inside in the first place, but we can hope. And so the next day, Jody and I rang the doorbell of our neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Everett.